Hello, I'm Tom Lodziak. Now I've got a slightly different video for you this week. I've been training more recently, trying to improve my own table tennis game, which isn't always easy for me to do because I spend so much time coaching, which involves a lot of pushing and blocking and feeding other players. But I do want to get better. I want to raise my game. So I've been working with a fellow coach here in Cambridge, Ferenc, and he has been trying to help me improve my attacking game. That's where I need most help. So in this video, I'm going to show you footage of a recent training session which I had with Ferenc. And the reason I want to show you this is to share some of the exercises Ferenc is getting me to do to improve my attacking game. Maybe you'll be able to do similar exercises yourself. And hopefully there's some good tips that you can pick up by looking at things that I don't do quite so well, or maybe things I do okay. So there could be some good tips in there to help you improve your attacking game as well. Now, as always, I'm very happy to receive constructive feedback, so please do leave comments on this video, sharing your views about what I need to do to improve my table tennis game. So let's have a look at the training session. So here we are in our warm-up, just playing a little bit of forehand to forehand, just trying to get used to the table, to the bounce, turning the waist, trying to play with a little bit of spin, and a little bit of backhand to backhand, same thing, just a warm-up, trying to get used to the feel of the table, adding a little bit of spin if I can. And finally, a little bit of loop to loop. Not something I find particularly easy to do, as you can see, but doing okay on this rally. Oh, good shot at the end there. So here's the first drill. We're going to start it off in slow motion, and we're playing backhand to backhand, and then Ferenc is going to do a random switch to my middle and I play forehand, then back to backhand, then Ferenc will do a random switch to my wide forehand. At that point the play is open and both of us can try and win the point. First point to me, nice shot. Okay, let's speed this up. So backhand to backhand, random to middle, backhand to backhand, random to wide forehand, and then the rally is free. So this is a nice training drill to do to practice switching between backhand and forehand, and the switching to the forehand is happening in two different positions. So I'm practicing switching to the forehand in the middle of the table, then also practicing switching to my forehand in the wider forehand position. And particularly for me, this is a useful exercise because Ferenc is encouraging me to keep on attacking, to keep on being aggressive. When I play, I often attack once or twice and then start blocking, which is a bad habit. So Ferenc is encouraging me to try and keep on attacking. I think one thing I found difficult with this exercise is this forehand in the middle. Don't always play it particularly strongly, and I think that's something that I need to work on, and we can see it in this one. We'll slow this down. You can kind of see this forehand in the middle, not quite so strong, limited movement, so that's something that I need to focus on going forwards. Next training drill, slow motion again. I start off with a backhand, a forehand from the middle, another backhand, then a forehand from the wide position. Then we switch roles. Ferenc plays a backhand, he then plays forehand middle, plays another backhand, forehand from wide, I play back to the backhand, he plays to my forehand, and then the rally is free. So quite a complex little drill, this one, but another good drill to practice switching between backhand and forehand, practicing playing the forehand from the middle and playing the forehand from the wide position. As you look through this, the bit which I struggled with a little bit is that when I'm blocking here and then I try to switch from blocking to attack, I was mistiming the attack. If we slow this down and look in slower motion, so at the moment I'm being the active player, I'm the one attacking. Now I move into blocking mode. Okay, so I'm blocking, this is my comfort zone. But now I get the opportunity to attack, and again late to the ball, mistiming it. So Ferenc got me to take the ball a little bit earlier, just shorten the swing a bit, so that when I switch between blocking and attacking, I can get that attack in a bit quicker, a bit earlier, a bit easier to time the ball. And yeah, I certainly felt that helped. Just trying to shorten the stroke and take the ball a bit earlier. That was a good one. I win that point. Let's have a look again. Now I move into the blocking mode. Ferenc is attacking. Here's my attacking chance. Yeah, I get the ball on the table again. Much better, shorter swing, taking the ball earlier. Easier to switch between blocking and attacking when I do that. Let's have a look. One more. There you go. That's about 3 attacks on the table for me, which is about the most I can do. So now I'm practicing my forehand flick. It's not a shot I use that often, not that confident in using it. And as we look at this footage with Ferenc, you'll see that I hit the next couple of balls into the net. And what Ferenc had observed is that I'm actually taking the ball too early before it gets to the top of the bounce. So what he said to me was, just let the ball sit up a fraction more, just let it get to the top of the bounce and then get the flick in, and then you can see I'm now doing much better. So just waiting that fraction longer made it a lot easier for me. And then Ferenc was encouraging me to use a bit more of a backswing when I do the flick. So get into position early, can see what the ball's doing, and then you can use just a little bit more of a backswing to get a bit more momentum into the shot. You know, I struggled with this a little bit as I'm moving in. I found it difficult to both move in and do a backswing at the same time, but I kind of understand the concept. These final few, Ferenc just put the ball a little bit higher, gave me a little bit more time to get in position and then practice that little bit of a backswing. So waiting for the ball and a little bit more of a backswing was allowing me to do a stronger flick. Okay, here's the next training drill, a multi-ball drill this time. Quite a tough one, this one. I found this difficult. And so Ferenc is either giving me a short backspin ball, a flick, could be giving me a long backspin ball or a long topspin ball to anywhere on the forehand side. And I've got to play an attacking shot each time. And in general, I found the opening forehand loop okay. I was getting most of those, but I was, as you can see, struggling with the long topspin balls, and also struggling with the short balls to the forehand when I've got to do a flick again. So you can clearly see with my flick, you know, it needs a lot more work to get stronger. The other area where I'm really struggling are these balls to my crossover, balls coming into my middle. I found these very difficult. So what Ferenc was getting me to think about as we carried on doing this exercise was this idea of being in motion as you play, and not being static, just trying to be in motion in the knees, on the front of the feet, ready to make these steps, to move into the table, to recover, to be able to cover these balls in the middle. Moved a little bit better that time. And again, when I often play, I do get too static, so this exercise is good for me to always be in motion and to be able to deal with these balls which come to the middle. Final exercise. Ferenc gives me a long backspin ball to my backhand. I do a backhand loop. Ferenc blocks anywhere, then I have to play a forehand attack. So another tough exercise, but another good exercise to really practice the footwork. Okay, because Ferenc can block anywhere on the table, I have to be ready to be able to attack with my forehand from any position on the table. This is not so easy for me to do. When balls normally come to the backhand corner, I play a backhand like that, but Ferenc was encouraging me to use my forehand instead. and sort of building on the themes we'd done throughout the training session, trying to be in motion as I play, being able to move quickly to any position on the table. I didn't always get it, obviously. Once again, missed the ball there in position, but missed the table again. So for me, playing my forehand attacks from way off the table there is not something I always find easy to do, but it's a really good exercise. This stretches me, this really gets me to try and move my feet. And I think I gradually got a little bit better as it went on. So good exercise to do for anybody to practice the forehand footwork. Thanks for watching this training video. I hope you got something useful out of it. I'll see how people respond. If this is something useful, I can make some more of these training videos again in the future. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.